House of Underdog Talk, man. House of Underdog Pod, man. We back with another one. You know we ain't sticking our toes in. We jumping straight in, man. We ain't tripping about no if the water cold or not. We coming with that NBA talk, NBA play-in / playoff talk, man. Nothing better. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow will be the final day of the play-in. You know what I mean? Winner go home. Winner advance or go to Cancun. You got Hornets and Magic, Warriors, Suns. First and foremost, starting in the West. Curry done pulled off a hell of a game against the Clippers. I personally had the Clippers winning that game. Yeah, sometimes if you got a player that good enough who's proven, it's real deal some game changers in the league, man. Curry is one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like all-time great, capable, man. A banged-up Warriors team, capable. Shout out Draymond. Shout out Steve Kerr for putting that defensive scheme together, too. You know what I'm saying? But Draymond and the Warriors played great defense on Kawhi in that fourth quarter. You know what I mean? Him not being able to get up good shot attempts or even get shot attempts up is great. You know what I mean? Draymond was the primary defender, but it was always, two guys showing, sometimes three, blitzing the screen. So hell of a game plan by Steve Kerr. Big Al Horford. Then they probably hit back threes in that fourth late clutch. Then probably hit another one if I'm not mistaken. Like, they don't win that game without Al Horford. You know what I'm saying? So, for the Clippers, I hope they don't go rebuild mode. You know what I'm saying? I think you still got one of the best players in the NBA, Kawhi Leonard. You got your future in Darius Garland, re-sign Ben. And you go from there. You obviously need a big man. And some more depth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love for them to they can keep their core players, get like a D-Lo, bring him out the bench. Because if you're going to bring Ben out the bench, he needs a point guard who's able to generate the offense to get him better looks. You know what I'm saying? More efficient looks. You know what I'm saying? And the big man wise, I would love to see a Thomas Bryant over there with the Clippers. I would love to see maybe like a James Wiseman. Like I said, they need two big men for real. I let go of Brook, let him walk this offseason. See if you can re-sign Collins for the low. Get you two valuable big men. Get a good, backup point guard who's capable. Darius Garland has a little injuries here and there. You know what I'm saying? He even said somebody the toast injury that he's been battling since last playoffs, last year. You know what I'm saying? So I hope the Clippers don't hit rebuild mode, honestly. I hope they keep their core, get two to three big men, get, a good backup PG, and go from there. You know what I'm saying? I just think they got off to a rough start, the Chris Paul situation. Like, a lot of shit played into that. You know what I mean? Golden State versus Phoenix. Honestly, I like Phoenix. Before we go to that, shout out Draymond, bro. Draymond got hurt late in that game. If you watch the game, you can see when it happened. You can see him coming out of a timeout, wincing in pain, but nodding his head I just want to go home. I'm here. And Draymond, a first ballot Hall of Famer. shout out Draymond, bro, for sure. Fuck with Draymond. That's the type of person you want on your team, for sure. But them versus Phoenix, I honestly like Phoenix. I still don't think Golden State has enough. Again, they have Curry, who's capable of winning you these type of games, no matter what the opposing team is looking like, right? For the most part. And I just like Phoenix. I like Phoenix to close it out. I just think they got more weapons. They're gonna have a huge game. Can't be on that minute restriction shit. Porzingis is gonna continue to have to be valuable. Podziemski Paz is gonna have to be the X factor, of course. So they can win, but I like Phoenix. Switching over to the East, Hornets versus Orlando. It's a tricky game, bro, because the Hornets doesn't really have that experience. The only person you can really trust right now is a Kobe White. Honestly, Miles Bridges is gonna be solid for you, and I fuck with LaMelo, fuck with Brandon, fuck with Canepa, fuck with the whole team. Just the only person I feel like I could trust right now is Kobe White. He's on kind of been here before in that playoff setting. But switching over to the other team, Orlando, it's just like the whole year, like Paolo don't fuck with his head coach, bro, and then like that can have a trickle down effect on some of the twos and the threes on the team. You know what I mean? The bangs, you know what I mean? Not the team feeling that type of way because the main, you know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like they connected in that locker room enough. The head coach is obviously going to be gone this offseason. I would be heavily surprised if he's still the head coach of the Orlando Magic. But, yeah, I just don't feel like Paolo fuck with their head coach, bro. And it shit like that you ain't winning shit like that when it's playoff time. Regular season, 82, you can surpass it a little bit, but it's a whole new ball game, and I think Hornets can win it for sure. I do think the Orlando has the better experience and roster, but when that disconnect is there, that shit plays a factor, bro. So that shit a 50-50 game. I kind of like the Hornets. I'm going to be honest. I like the Hornets. I'm not really feeling that situation over there in Orlando with the head coach and, the main. When we fought with Paulo, we ain't trying to, none of that. Hell nah. We rooting for everybody in that situation. I just don't feel like when it's a disconnect like that, that shit ain't winning games when it matter the most in playoffs. So I like Hornets for the upset because Orlando shouldn't be in this position right now. But they is. And I think that's the main reason what I said. So I like the Hornets for the upset, bro. Gonna have to have a better game from LaMelo. He was great in the clutch. He definitely had some old shit moments in the clutch too with the steal by Hero, but got to be more efficient. You know what I'm saying? 30 points on 31 shots, 2 for 16 from 3. Just got to be more efficient. Those same looks gonna be there. I fuck with Melo. Canepa got to have a better game, but again, these guys haven't been there before, so you know what I mean. Orlando should be the favorite. Hornets should be the underdog, but that, I said what I said about the coaching and shit, and Paolo, so I like the Hornets for the steal, bro. I like Kobe White to have a great game coming off the bench. I like the LaMelo to have a little bit of a more efficient game. I like Canepa to hit some more shots than he did. I think it's going to be a good game, hell of a game. But I think the Hornets can close it out for sure. It's just too much momentum for them going in the right way, and they connected. You know what I'm saying? They trust in the process. Everybody's bought in. So, yeah, I like Charlotte to advance, and I like Phoenix to advance. You know what I'm saying? Definitely like that. I ain't gonna lie. 100% like that. So Detroit, in my opinion, play Hornets. They had some regular season battles. I do think Detroit can beat the Hornets in the first round. Just lack of experience, better defensive team they going, you know what I'm saying? So I do think Detroit can beat the Hornets. But Hornets can fuck around and steal that first one in Detroit. Fuck around and steal two. Now you got a series, right? Like I said, the momentum going into this is valuable. That first play-in game is valuable. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot at stake here for the Hornets. You know what I mean? They got to get past Orlando first, but Cleveland versus Toronto is a tricky series because Toronto can match up with them. As far as their two best players on the perimeter with Mitchell and Harden, they can definitely match up with them defensively. So I do like Cleveland, though. I think Cleveland kind of has a more polished and well-placed puzzle starting five in a way. I do think Cleveland rotations could be better than what they is. That's been the past 2-3 seasons under Kenny Atkinson. I fuck with Kenny, though. Hell of a coach. Just think their rotations could be better, but we'll see. I like Cleveland still. I think it'll go 6, though. For sure, down 6. It'll go 6. Knicks versus Hawks. I like Atlanta for the upset. I think that momentum, they're well connected. They got they're a deep team too, and they're flexible with their rotations, and they can match up with the Knicks. Boston and Philly. If Philly can steal one before Big Fella comes back, that's clutch. You know what I mean? I think they can. So definitely if they can steal one, which I think they can, and if they can before Big Fella comes back, and he comes back, they don't got nobody who can fuck with Embiid if he's healthy enough. You know what I'm saying? And this can be a sneaky series. Boston is for sure the favorite. You know what I mean? So I still lean towards Boston, but Philly's capable. They just got to steal one early. Switching to the West, I think it'll be OKC and Phoenix. I like OKC, man. They just well puzzled together, well connected for sure. Chemistry's there. They the defending champs. I like it 4-0, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Lakers in Houston, even though Luka and A are out, they got a chance. They got LeBron James. He's capable. Like I was discussing early in the vid with the Curry situation, like all he got to do is maybe steal one. If he can steal one, I feel like one of those boys will come back out of Luka and AR. Then that'll be up from there because they can fuck around and win one. Now the other can come back. You know what I'm saying? But Bron got to get one though. He got to get one for sure. If he can get one, it's a series. If he can't get one early, he could go Houston for sure. Denver, Minnesota, that's going to be a hell of a series, and I think it's going 7. I lean towards Denver, though. I think it's going to be a hell of a series. Like, this is going to be the best series of the first round for sure. And it's going to be great hoops, bro. If you're a basketball fan, watch the whole playoffs, but really tune into this series, bro. It's going to be a great series. Again, I feel like Ant is going to have to be willing to make that extra pass instead of taking a tough shot. It's going to have to, and it might not be an assist. It might be a hockey assist. You see what I'm saying? So if he's able to do that, Minnesota has a great chance of winning. I lean towards Denver, though. I like the best player in the NBA and Jokic. You know what I mean? I don't think Minnesota got anything to fuck with, yo. I'm going to be honest. Simple as that. Spurs and Portland. I like the Spurs. Portland to get a game or two, though. Portland to get a game or two. Spurs a young team. Got a little bit of experience, but they're a young team. But Portland a young team, too, though. But they got Wembanyama. He's capable. He's in that same boat of, like I was discussing with Curry and Bron earlier in this vid. Wembanyama is what? So I like the Spurs 4-1, 4-2, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't put up a good fight though, for sure. You know what I mean? That's House of Underdog talk, man. House of Underdog pod, man. Follow us on the gram at House of Underdogs. Stay tuned, man. We on the way up, man. Rock with us from grind up, too. You know what I mean? It's cool to be a day one. You know what I mean? Day one. Day one from day one. You know what I mean? So, continue to rock with us. This shit'll get a whole lot better. Like, this just from scratch. The content will get a whole lot better. All that good shit, bro. Like, just rock with us, though. You feel me? Like, the new Sports Center, man. The new First Take. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no bias talk. Realist talk, man. House of Underdogs, man. Shout out to all the underdogs out there as well. Keep going. Keep going. You ain't putting in that work for nothing, man. House of Underdogs.